So now, after I won the 2012 Miss Olympia in the shoe class, prior to that, I filmed a movie called Generation Iron. It's a movie that will be released this year. It's roughly about 900 to 1,000 screens, right before the Olympia. I've been doing a lot of appearances with them. I've done articles that will be released in different magazines this year. Most recently, I've been in some celebrity magazines, some National Fire Star, OK magazines. It's actually kind of fun to be able to do that. And now I'm actually getting to see that I have a great opportunity in speaking about this sport in a positive light, and people are able to receive it as such, which has been pretty tough, because I'm sure a lot of people in this room understand that there hasn't really been someone that can cross over into a mainstream mag and have it be positive. Maybe some harm. So that's a great, I'm feeling very fortunate about that, to be the representative. I did an article that will be coming out on GQ magazine next month, so that's going to be pretty neat. That's going to really talk about the journey from last year through the prep, and bring you kind of inside in depth from a different eye that has no clue what bodybuilding really is, but it's actually going to depict it like it should, which is it's a hardcore sport, but it's one that all should respect. I think this year is going to be pretty good for me. I'm very excited, obviously, with this show. I'm very blessed to be able to have a show in Houston. I'm really excited, but you have no idea. I keep saying I'm excited. No, I'm really pumped, because it's very rare that you can come on someone else's turf and actually have a positive impact and good influence. And I can't say thank you enough. But like for this year, I'm doing a similar travel schedule. I'll be training, obviously, all the time. But I'll be on the road. Probably next month, I'll probably only be in my own house, sleeping in my bed, maybe 8 times. That's a lot of the things that we don't get to share with you guys in the magazines, that we're usually away from home. Then I left on my Olympia preparation until probably the first week of June. And that'll be about 16 weeks out from the contest, and I will probably limit my travels to only maybe 2 appearances, and then go visit with my trainer, who lives in Northern California. The reason is that we definitely want to be home at the same gym, eating the same food, the same bed, being in the same environment, kind of like on Macy's, like HBO's 24/7, the officers in the same environment, closed off the world. So that's really going to be the game plan, other than beating the hell out of anyone that decides to go on that stage. I know I've got, obviously, a lot of guys coming after it. I know one of my best friends is for Jake Cutler decided to put his name on the line. So I'm really excited for him, actually, as a friend, that he wants to give you guys another show. Cool thing is that I get to meet him again. And the only way that's going to happen is to, be excited about it, be positive. And, I throw little jabs here and there. I like to have fun with it. I mean, come on, I'm a basketball player. Everyone knows basketball knows there's a lot of trash. It's all love, So I treat the other guys as such, but I think most of them don't have the same kind of personality as I do. So I think they take it as, I'm hating on them or whatever. It's like, no, man, I'm just telling you that the fact that you won't win. but for those that are interested, like in Generation Iron, I do know for a fact that it will have 2 viewings, one in New York, one in LA, 3 weeks out for the Olympia, once in 3 or 4 weeks out. And then for those people that are going to the Olympia, instead of a seminar the day after the Olympia, they're actually going to move back to another location instead of Orleans, and actually have a live viewing of Generation Iron with all of the cast members, and then you guys can be there and ask questions, which I think is pretty neat. So, good things, even greater things, hopefully for the sport this year. I'm very pumped, to be a part of it, and to be, where I'm at, right now. I'd definitely like to bring up Connie Randall. I know that a lot of you guys may know, may not, but I met met Monty August 2005. Honey Red is one of the, one of the coolest, if not best, pre-contest gurus out there. He's not only worked with myself and I would say helped resurrect Jay Cutler's career in 2009 after people thought that her whole weekend was finished. He made her so damn good that I got my ass kicked along with everybody else. But you know, I got Monty in August of 05 at the North Americans, and I got the chance to watch him get a few guys ready for that contest, and then later on I got to see him work at the Nationals. And usually my guys ask me, is the contest that guy or girl worth it? And I usually will say no, because if you don't have to read, you comprehend. That's where the magazines and stuff like that, you know, help my perspective and all these other guys with the videos. When I was bodybuilding, we didn't have YouTube where I could go watch, you know, Ron Coleman training video and actually get dietitians. I didn't have Facebook and stuff like that. I didn't have that interaction with people. We did a lot of guessing, a lot of reading, a lot of trauma there. But that was fun, and because I started to go by myself, I actually didn't have a trainer. But I got with him, and our goal was not to, how do we put it? It wasn't about like winning the Olympia like tomorrow. It was a process. You know, Honey told me that you're going to win some and you're going to lose a lot. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean? I'm like, hey, you tell me I'm going to lose? Like, this is crazy. It wasn't about that. It was about him seeing something in me and saying, I'm trying to get you at your all-time best potential. So everybody talks about potential, which really doesn't mean anything without hard work and diligence, and a lot of intelligence and patience. And being 25, I turned going 2 years, I didn't have the wisdom that was necessary to be a champion. Let alone maturity. I was just a jackass, you know, rather than college thinking I knew everything. And that's where I found him. And we ended up, we won our first 2 pro shows together in 2006 when in Colorado and New York Pro, and haven't placed below 5th since. Obviously winning 2 Mr. Olympian titles. So I definitely say that he knows what he's talking about. He's not only worked with myself, but he's worked with many other pros, probably too many to even mention. I'll even say this, I'll pump his head up because I had an opportunity to work with anyone. Chris Steele, Chad Nichols, Joe Nichols, George Ferris, all these guys. There was no one that I didn't dislike any of those other guys. But I chose to work with Honey not just because of his knowledge, but because of him actually being able to make the adjustments on the fly. Meaning, what's the hardest part about doing a show? It's usually the last week, or the last 24 hours, even the last 30 minutes. He was able to make those adjustments quick, easy, and he cared. He would be the one calling up my wife, my friends, kind of explaining to them what I'm going through, why I'm going to you know, just going crazy. And he was able to have that with a lot of patience and to get everybody on the team on board. And I think that that's really good as a coach to not just coach the athlete, but the people around him in his circle. Obviously, he's like a brother to me. I mean, we fight like crazy, but that's usually what happens. But I was just saying, come up here.